What if I told you that 50% of the tasks that you're doing right now shouldn't even be on your plate? In this video, I'm going to show you how to figure out what to delegate, what to keep on your plate, and what you should eliminate entirely so you can finally get back to growing your business. I mean it. Think about it. Most entrepreneurs want help. They know that they need help, but why do they hesitate to hire the help like a virtual assistant or something? From what I hear, it's mostly because they don't know what to delegate, what to give to somebody, or how to give it to them, or how to find them. So today, I'm going to show you what I do to find out what things I can delegate to team members, saving me 20 plus hours a week. And trust me, it's easier than you think. But before we dive into the details, I know running a business can feel very overwhelming. So here's a quick trick on how to beat that overwhelm. Grab a piece of paper and just write down everything that you have to get done. Seriously, just brain dump it all. When you get it all out of your head and onto paper, you stop letting those tasks rent space in your head. And guess what happens to me most of the time? I get it all out on the paper, I see it, and immediately that overwhelm disappears. Because as I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's not that bad, or at least not as bad as I thought. Or at least it's not as bad as trying to remember everything in your head. So many of my clients, I hear them just lying in bed at night like they can't sleep. Taking melatonin and this and that to get some sleep. And tell you what, just getting it out of your head, it's almost like your brain is trying to remember too hard. And it keeps your brain active and going over and over and over all night long, and you just can't sleep. Get it out of your head. Get it onto a piece of paper. It's going to work wonders for you, trust me. So if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, just pause the video and write it all out. And let me know in the comments how you feel. For me, it works like a charm every single time. Everybody I've ever taken through that exercise feels the weight just lifted off of their shoulders. Now, back when I hired my first virtual assistant, I made the biggest mistake. I didn't give them enough work. I was too caught up in the busy work, too caught up in putting out all the fires. I didn't even have time to think about what I could give to this person to do for me. So my virtual assistant, bless his heart, he was just sitting there waiting for stuff to happen. I mean, he was feeling bad because he had a great work ethic. I mean, he worked with me for 10 years, so he had a great work ethic and just wanted to work. And I felt bad. I was just like, hey, man, go spend some time down at the beach. Relax. I'll still pay you, but I don't have anything for you right now. And even after I figured out what to delegate to him, I constantly had this story in my head of, I'm too busy. It's going to take too long to give him all the work. And finally, I was like, what am I paying this guy for? I was like, let's see if it really takes a lot of time. So I literally timed myself in giving him these tasks. And back then, it was before Loom, so I literally had to like have a software on my computer to screen record. I had to download it and then upload it to Vimeo, give him the link. But I timed myself, and it took like 20 minutes. And I was like, wow, that's not that bad. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to shut down for the day at 4:30, and then I'd spend the last half hour just giving him tasks, and I'd wake up the next morning, go to work, and all the tasks were done. It was a great system. I wish I did it sooner. But we all have these like mental blocks that are preventing us from doing it. And one of them is figuring out what to delegate. So let's get into it. Now, there's 3 different methods that I use to figure out what I can delegate to someone. So method number 1. Write out. I'm always like, write out with a piece of paper. I don't even do that anymore. I'm using like a Google Doc or a spreadsheet or something. But I write out all the things that I got to do on a daily basis. And then I write out all the things that I got to do on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis. That's step number 1. This is the foundation. And once it's on paper, you'll see things that jump out at you that you can hand off for somebody else to do. Because let's be honest with ourselves, a lot of the administrative stuff that we do, it feels good to have our checklist and just check things off at the end of the day. Well, we can check off 20 things and not get crap done in our business. Nothing that's going to move the needle or produce revenue, right? It's just a lot of busy work. So much of that stuff you can just hand off to someone else. You show them how to do it once and they do it for you forever. And you never have to do that thing again. It's great. Now, method number 2 is keeping track of what you do on a daily basis in 15-minute increments. Yes, this can feel tedious, and your brain is going to prevent you from wanting to do it because it's painful, it's uncomfortable, and honestly, I procrastinated this for a long time, It probably was about 2 years from the time I heard of this technique to the time that I actually implemented it. And it is a little bit tedious, but you get into the groove of things after a day or two. Now, what I did was I just took a Google spreadsheet and I just put in the 15-minute increments, It's like, when did I start my day? What did I do? I checked my email. I checked Slack. And then, the other 15 minutes I, replied back to people. And then I checked the finances. I reconciled payments. I had an appointment. I had a sales call. Like, I just wrote it, got it all on the spreadsheet in 15-minute increments. And I did that for a week. And when you go back and look at that, you see exactly what your time was spent on. All the different little time sucks that happen where it's like, oh, wow, that took, an hour and I thought it was going to take 5 minutes to do. And when you see all the things that you're spending your time on, you're going to see a huge chunk of that, to be honest with you, somebody else could be doing that for you. I heard somewhere recently, and I might have read it actually. It might have been in 10x is easier than 2x. But basically, if you have tasks on your plate that you can pay somebody $25 an hour to do, and you're not hiring them, you're stealing from not just yourself, but the company overall. Because when you offload that stuff, now all of a sudden you can focus on the bigger picture, things that are going to move the needle. They're going to grow the revenue. And your time is probably valued a lot higher than $25 an hour. So to pay somebody to do that, to get it off your plate, allows you to focus on the things that are really going to help. Now I got a few techniques that don't cost $25 an hour, but let's go ahead and move on to the third one, because this is really going to help identify what you should be working on and what you shouldn't be working on. It's the red dot, green dot method. And I did not come up with this on my own. I can't take credit for it, but it was life-changing when I started implementing it. So again, you write down all the things that are on your to-do list, and then you put a red dot next to non-revenue producing tasks, like creating a graphic for social media, checking my emails, having calls with current clients, writing out a third marketing strategy after you didn't launch the second or first one, changing your logo, setting up an automated email campaign. Like all those things that are not necessarily revenue producing tasks, or they're not something that takes your zone of genius. Somebody else can actually do that. Now, writing the emails, that takes your zone of genius. That's a revenue producing task. So you'd put a green dot next to writing content, right? You'd put a green dot next to taking sales calls. You'd put a green dot next to launching an ad. Revenue producing tasks. Now, the trick is you go back and you look at all the green dots, and you want to make the green dots bigger for the tasks that would move the needle faster and bring in more revenue easier. I normally like to take about those, out of those big green dots, I like to take about 3 of them. I don't like to plan or work on more than 3 things. It's too much for my brain to handle. I get overwhelmed. Nothing gets done. So I just focus on those 3 big things, because some days I'll work on one and it's like, oh, I can't get the other one done until this is done. So then I'll work on this one. But if I could, in a perfect world, just work on one thing at a time. That gets all my 100% focus, all my energy, all my passion. And when that thing gets done, when one of those big green dots gets done, those things are what move the needle in your business faster. Any of the small green dots, especially the red dots, those aren't for you as the business owner to do. Yes, a lot of them still have to get done, but with outsourcing nowadays, you can get that done for a fraction of the cost of hiring a $25 an hour person to handle those for you. So what do you do with those little green dots and red dots? Well, if you can eliminate it, just eliminate it. Don't do it. Don't ever do it. I can't tell you how many things I have on my to-do list that just never get done because they're not revenue producing tasks. I changed my mindset to be focused on revenue producing tasks. Now, if you can't eliminate it, can you automate it? Is there a way to utilize marketing automation software, Zapier, to automate those things for you? And if you can't automate it, then those are the things that you want to delegate. And that's how you figure out what you can delegate to somebody else. So once you've written out your tasks, once you've tracked your time in 15-minute increments, and once you've gone through the red dot, green dot method, you got a really solid list of things that you could delegate to someone else. Now, if you don't have somebody that you could delegate these things to, you got 2 options. In the past, I was a big fan of outsourcing. But after spending over $1 million over the last 11 years outsourcing overseas, I've learned there's a better way, and it's called insourcing. Finding good people can feel like an absolute crapshoot, and outsourcing can be frustrating. And that's why now I am a firm believer that insourcing beats outsourcing 100% of the time. Now, if you want to learn how insourcing can save you 20 plus hours a week and eliminate the headaches of unfinished work, then click the link that I put in the description to watch the video I put together on how insourcing beats outsourcing. And hey, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and hit that bell for notifications when the next video comes out. And if you know somebody that can benefit from this video, then please share it. Let's help as many people save 20 plus hours a week or more. And lastly, I got a free gift for you. It's my ultimate task delegation template. It's what I use and how I outline my tasks to give to my team members so that I get the work back done and I get it done right with limited amount of revisions. In the template, I have an example and an instructional video that goes with it, teaching you exactly how to use it. So you can eliminate a lot of the back and forth you might be dealing with outsourcing or dealing with remote workers. Just go to the link in the description and download it now, and I'll see you in the next video. And let's get you those 20 plus hours back on your calendar.